Welcome. Israel blew up the most important bridge in Lebanon. Trump named who the US's main enemy is after Iran. Iran's religious leaders cursed the US and Israel with the grave. The US has started preparing to send troops to Iran. Kim Jong-un was re-elected as North Korea's president. The Crimson Bison is an Iranian official open to everyone except the US and Israel. And now, a detailed message for our compatriots in Russia about working and documents there. Having trouble? We'll help you with all your official documents. Registration, extensions, residence permits, work visas for Turkmenistan citizens, valid for 1 year. Everything's legal, reliable, and most importantly, fast. Call the number on your screen right now to get started. Israel just blew up the most important bridge in Levant. On Sunday, Israeli forces destroyed mddile Bridge, which connected the central part of the country and was one of the key bridges over the Yarkun River. They blew up the bridge above. This marked a new level of tension in the conflict between Israel and Lebanon. That very day, Israel's defense minister, Israel Katz, announced that the Israel Defense Forces were stepping up efforts to demolish homes near the southern border and tasked them with destroying all the bridges over the Litani River. The goal was to cut off weapons supplies to Hezbollah units. Meanwhile, the commander of the Northern Front, Lieutenant General I, on March 22nd, Zamir said they plan to expand ground operations against Hezbollah. AFP reports that the operation against the terrorist group Hezbollah has just begun, according to him. The Reuters agency says that the destruction of civilian infrastructure means the Israeli attacks are intensifying significantly. Lebanese President Joseph Aoun condemned Israel's actions. The human rights group Human Rights Watch criticized the military for demolishing homes in Lebanon. They called it a crime. According to Reuters, over the past 10 days, several bridges near Israel's border have been destroyed, and there have been talks about demolishing houses in villages close to the border. Israeli official Katz said these measures are necessary to ensure the safety of Israeli communities. In this context, the defense minister recalled similar actions carried out in the Gaza Strip, where buildings near the border were demolished to create a buffer zone. Trump named who he thinks is America's main enemy after Iran. President Donald Trump called the Democratic Party the biggest enemy of the country after Iran. After Iran's disaster, the far-left, clueless Democrats are now America's greatest threat, Trump wrote on his social media. Earlier, the top Democrat in the House, Jeffries, accused Donald Trump and Republican extremists of recklessly pushing for a senseless war. Jeffrey wrote that the regime in America needs to change. The Democratic Party is getting ready to halt the work of the Senate. The Democrats plan to use a tactic of mandatory and repeated votes on resolutions about the president's military powers. Senator Adam Schiff, a Democrat, explained this move as holding the president accountable for starting military operations against Iran. Those who call themselves the most transparent administration in history are trying to avoid any responsibility for this war. He says they're rising up. An Iranian religious scholar condemned Akash and Israel as traitors. One of the top Iranian clerics, Abdullah Hoj Sodiki, warned Iran's enemies about possible unprecedented events. This was reported by Iranian media. The enemy should know that new surprises are waiting for them. They will face things they've never seen or heard before, Sodiki said. He emphasized that Iran has no intention of surrendering. Meanwhile, its opponents have given up on the idea of making the Islamic Republic surrender. Qatari. Sodiki thinks the final victory will be on the side of the Islamic Front. The U.S. has started preparing to bring Iran into the fight. The U.S. Department of Defense has begun actively preparing for the possibility of sending ground troops to Iran. CBS reported this, citing several informed sources during discussions. According to the channel's sources, high-ranking military officials have already sent specific inquiries about this scenario. This is because President Donald Trump is considering a similar approach in a war against Iran. They're reviewing the steps. As part of the preparations, American troops, especially the Iron Soldiers and paramilitary groups, have held meetings to decide how to capture militants and where to send prisoners. During the planning, rapid response forces from the ground troops and expeditionary units from the Marine Corps are involved. At the same time, on March 19th, Trump himself answered journalists' questions, saying that initially, on the ground in Iran, he said there's no intention to carry out any operations. But he quickly added that even if he did, he definitely wouldn't tell you. Against this backdrop, the U.S. is ramping up its military presence in the Near East. According to two American officials, earlier this week, 3 warships and an expeditionary unit of about 2,200 Marines set out from California. This is the second such unit sent to the region since the fighting began. Currently, the U.S. military presence in the Near East, the group consists of nearly 50,000 soldiers. Who was re-elected as the president of North Korea? North Korean leader Kim Jong-un was re-elected as the country's president. Reuters reported this, citing the North Korean Central Telegraph Agency. The decision was made on March 22nd, during the first session of the Supreme People's Assembly held in the capital city, Pyongyang. The Supreme People's Assembly, or in its 15th session, held its first state event yesterday, during which Kim Jong-un was re-elected. The Central Telegraph Agency reports that the President of the State Affairs of the Republic has been re-elected. Kim Chen-in's reappointment to this top position marks his third consecutive term. The State Affairs Commission was established in 2016 as the highest body setting the country's political direction. The XDR Parliament is officially the body that approves the country's policies. Usually, it's called upon after the ruling Labour Party's session to turn party decisions into laws. Political analysts are focusing on how much Pyongyang is changing its constitution. In particular, the issue of formalizing the principle that South Korea is an enemy state has become urgent. In recent years, North Korea's leader has given up on the goal of unifying with Seoul peacefully and is redefining the neighboring country as an enemy. Hormuz, Bugus, Akash, and Israel aside, Iran is open to everyone. Apart from the ships belonging to its enemies, Iran, ships are ready to be allowed to pass through the Hormuz Strait. This was reported by RIT, citing Iran's representative to the International Maritime Organization, Ali Musavi. According to him, if security and protective measures are coordinated, ships can pass through the Strait of Hormuz. Musavi emphasized that international obligations must be fulfilled while respecting Iran's territorial integrity and rights. He also mentioned that the safety of ships and crews in the strait will be ensured in agreement with the Iranian government. Noted the necessity. Iran is ready to cooperate with the International Maritime Organization and its member states to enhance sea security and protect sailors. Diplomacy will remain our top priority. However, he added that it is essential to completely stop the attacks and strengthen mutual trust.